Now this is probably not a TV first, but I haven't seen it very often, where you get the coaches of both sides in the day before, sitting next to each other, like good friends, and we have a chat about it. Hopefully we keep it under control, and you know, we don't break into fights and things like that. So, a warm welcome to David Mccallum and to Fabrizio Piccaretta. Lovely to see you both. No guessing on who's the coach of who, because you're here in your colours. First of all, I'll start with you. Congratulations, David, yesterday. Great win over Kashiwa Reysol. The dust has settled now, 24 hours later. How's everybody feeling?
I think today was just getting over yesterday. Obviously, there's a lot of effort put into yesterday's game, but delighted clearly. We come over here with you want to do well, but I've always said that you're never sure of what the opposition are going to bring to you and how they challenge you. But our boys have dealt with that quite well. We're delighted to be in the final. We certainly look forward to going into the game tomorrow against Roma.
Yeah, and Fabrizio, that was a tough game for you yesterday against Aspire Academy. After 45 minutes, we thought it was plain sailing, and then the tables turned a little bit.
Yeah, it's exactly what happened. And to be fair, credit to Aspire players, because they made it difficult for us in the second half. In the first half, we were totally in control. We were dominating. We create chances. My players didn't get all of these chances, and then we paid the price in the second half. And they made their comeback. And of course, it was a bit scaring at the at the end. But then I have to give credit to my players. They were so cool in the penalty shootouts and I think in the end, I don't want to sound arrogant, but the best team on the field went through. This is my idea.
Nothing wrong with that at all. That's the belief that you have in your team, and they'll be delighted to hear you saying that. I have to remain neutral. More from David and Fabrizio in just a second. Let's get some reaction to Altinorda's victory. Wissam is down on the touchline. Wissam?
Murat Kurkumas, for the last time from Alternado team, is beside me. Murat, the 7th place you guys get, tell me, are you satisfied from what you gave in this tournament?
Yes, we are the 7th place, but the tournament was a very good experience for our guys. We have very much young players. That's a dream here to play. Alkass Cup, International Cup, is a very good tournament. It's really professional World Cup. The media, the organization, the pitch, the facilities, everything is professional, and for our guys was very good experience.
All the best.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you next year.
Yes, inshallah.
All the best.
Thank you so much.
I have by my side as well Yusri, Etwal player. You guys got the 8th place. Tell me, you satisfied from what you gave in this tournament, and how did you find the tournament in general?
The tournament was good, but it was disappointing to get the 8th place. We wanted to get a higher place. It's good. It was a great experience to play in such pitches, such weather. It's really good. Nice country as well. And we thank you for the invitation. Hope next year we will be here.
Tell me, it was the tournament more than expected?
Yeah, for us, yeah, because we didn't expect it will be like this. It's so good.
All the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Rod?
Great, thank you very much, Wissam. And we're back to talking about tomorrow's final. It is between Roma and Rangers. This is the trophy, and head coaches David and Fabrizio are here. Now, let's clear this up, okay? Now, Fabrizio is obviously Italian-looking kind of guy, nice complexion, but he's more Scottish than any of us think or know. But we're about to reveal all, and that's why you know each other quite well. Fabrizio, just explain to us why Scotland has been such a big part of your life.
Of course, we are not friends in the real term with in the real meaning with Dave, but we will become for sure. But I have a lot of friends in Scotland because I had the privilege to make my coaching badges in Scotland, A license and Pro license. So basically, I spent 3-4 years of my life going in Scotland many times, and as I said, I made a lot of friends there. And also I found Scottish people very, very friendly with me. I was a foreigner coming there in foreign country. I felt always like home. So this is why I'm happy that we can compete against the Rangers for this trophy, because it's nice to meet again Scottish friends, and I'm happy for this.
You know, you say nice things, but nobody gave you a job in Scotland, did they?
No, nobody.
What's that all about?
No, I think it's fair to because it is football, you know, and I think that I don't think I'm the only guy who deserves to have a job in Scotland. I try to apply for some clubs, but of course, I don't have any harsh feeling with them.
Fabrizio, you're from Genoa. You probably thought, you looked at the temperature, you thought, well, hang on a minute, I'm not sure if I can do this.
If he wins tomorrow, there's no chance of getting a job in Scotland.
Well, this is the thing. I like the thing when Fabrizio went, well, we're not friends like friends at the moment, but
No,
I'm sure
because
tomorrow
we
I
just
know. No, I know. So that's. Did you actually come across each other though in the coaching system?
No, we just kind of passed each other by. I think I'd maybe was the year or two before Fabrizio when he came in to, but he's one of our colleagues at Rangers, Brian. I think he's one of the coaches with you, Brian Gilmore.
No, I met him in 2015 when I was in Scotland to do some coaching demonstration. He was there in the audience, so we met there. Yeah. And then also Brian played a couple of years in Finland, if I'm wrong.
He did,
so
yeah.
We talk about my experience in Finland, his own experience in Finland. So
common grounds.
I'm sure there are common grounds in the way that you coach and your philosophy about the game, but one difference I know straight away, and I'd just like to clear this up on why you do this. Before the Kashiwa Racehall game, Rangers said they were up till midnight, you know, studying the other team's game, and you know what they had a plan for how they were going to deal with certain things, and it worked out. Whereas your approach is, I don't care about the other team. I focus about us. I don't give a stuff about the others. It's about us. So where did you get that philosophy from? And then I'll ask David then where he got his approach from.
First of all, I think this is not my philosophy. I mean, is a club philosophy in terms of players' development. We think that is part of their learning process also to learn how to read the opponents during the game. Straight away, try to understand the opposition tactics and try to adapt. Not having already, let's say, a clear picture of what they have to expect, which is, in my opinion, I agree with this vision in the youth development. Of course, first team is totally different because you have to give your players as many information as you can. But again, you can agree or not. I think this is another part of the coaching process with the players. Players that are capable to solve the problem themselves and together with their teammates.
I don't want to take sides, but I get that. You know, in sport in general these days.
Sorry to interrupt you. I don't want this could sound arrogant. I mean, we care about the opponent, but it doesn't mean that we study them in details. We don't want, again, we respect the opponent. I don't want to sound disrespectful. We don't care about them. You know?
I totally understand what you're saying.
No, but it's not.
No, I totally. No, don't worry. I'm not going to write a story now tonight and take your words out and says, you know, Fabrizio couldn't care a damn about, you know. No, I get it. Because tell me if I'm wrong. I think what you're trying to develop is a system where players think outside the box.
Yes.
So they're not totally drilled. You know, in professional sport these days, in all sports, sometimes you look at teams and when things go against them, they don't know what to do because that's not the plan. And is that right? I mean, what do you think about that philosophy?
No, I see it from both sides. You know, we obviously heard that line. We were up till midnight planning for the game against Kashiwa. We're up late, and we don't give the players everything. Though that's for our needs and our wants, and we give the players what we think is relevant for them. But still leaving enough room for them to make decisions. I think that's key. I don't think we can plan everything, because you start going down that route, you end up becoming PlayStation coaches and you're trying to control everything to do. It's not like that. We just say, we give enough detail to at least share what we think the opposition are likely to do and how they play. Kashiwa, for example, sat back an awful lot, made the spaces very, very limited. So we had to at least explain to the players what that might look like. but still leave enough room for them to make decisions. Because ultimately, when they get to the first team, they'll have to do that. When you're playing in front of 50,000 fans at Ibrox Stadium and they can't hear the coach, they have to make those decisions themselves. So that's our thought process. And the way I look at it as well, we only do it from 17s and above, or 18s and above. We don't do it any younger than that. I think there's a couple of other guys at our squad have managed to be involved in the first team. So if at least now they're getting that little bit of taste of what that might look like, how to take on that information and use it, then I think it's a good learning tool at that stage.
A bit about yourselves. How long have you been a coach now with the Under-17 Academy?
I've been at Rangers now, ranging from 2 or 3 different roles for the last 3.5, nearly 4 years.
Right, okay. Now for you, Fabrizio, it's quite an interesting journey because you've been sort of round and about. You've been head coach. You've also been assistant with Paolo Di Canio in a few clubs, and then you're now in the sort of head coach in the youth development at Roma with Under-17. Where do you find your journey going now? Having tasted a little bit of all that, I can see the passion, you know, in youth player development. I can see how much you enjoy that. You know, and is that where you want to stay?
Of course, as you said, my journey in football has been quite unusual, if you know what I mean. So I started in a low league in Italy as a youth coach. Then straight away, I was working for Inter Milan in a program called Inter Campus Abroad, which means I traveled a lot the world to, let's say, coach other coaches in small clubs who had a relationship with the Inter Milan. Then during a coaching course, I met Paolo Di Canio, and straight away from, let's say, a low profile job, I found myself straight away working in probably the best environment in football nowadays, which is England, and also after two seasons, we were going to Sunderland in the Premier League. So for me, it was like you know, roller coaster. And then I always worked abroad, basically, second division in Portugal, then 2 years in Finland as head coach. And now in Italy, back in Italy. So strangely, I'm Italian, but my professional journey, career has been more abroad than in Italy. Now I'm happy to be here. Roma is a huge club, and of course, I enjoy myself here. But football taught me that there is nothing to take for granted, and the future is always to right.
Yes.
So who knows?
You're right. Each day as it comes, enjoy the moment, because we only have the moment. Phew, that's a bit heavy, isn't it? For day 11 of the Alkass International Camp. Right, let's go through. Now, listen, it's all very nice, and we're having a nice chat now. You know, when Nick, Summerby and Chris, they organised this. You know, they put you together. And Nick's last words were to me, I want them scrapping in there. I want them fighting. So I don't know how we do, I don't know how we do that. But what we're going to start off, I want to see the Rangers goals. The Rangers goals from yesterday in the 5-1 win over Casio Racing. And we'll just talk through them, pick out a few players. You know, if you don't like something, Fabrizio, you be honest about it, okay? I can tell that you can shoot from the hip when you want to. So this was your sort of playing on the front foot stuff, as Nick and Chris have been saying, you know, anticipation. And that's how you got the goal.
Yeah, and that goal certainly settled us down a little bit, because they were difficult to break down, and we kind of thought they would take chances. And we wanted to play that way, so that, you know, if they were going to do that, we'd be at least in a position to make it difficult for them.
How are you going to deal with him, Fabrizio? Nathan Coombs.
He doesn't know. He doesn't watch him.
No, I know. No.
I'm joking.
Yeah,
No, that's it. That's more like it.
No, this is exactly the point. We watch them very deeply with my staff. We don't give the information to our players. It's up to them. Yeah. But we know exactly what the Rangers are look like, you know, they look like. Of course, the boy is a fantastic talent, but not only him, to be fair. Also the two wingers are very good on the ball, tricky, not easy to play against. And so we will cope with them like we did with the other teams, trying to make them quiet.
You have got a successful defence there, and Tomasini, I think it was, who literally took Mutaliev of Spartak Moscow out of the game. I mean, we talked so much about him, and as the term you footballers use, he had him in his pocket, didn't he? We didn't see, you know, so you know, you've got some work in front of you, haven't you, David?
That's probably the only. If you look at the lad from Spartak, that was his quietest game, wasn't it, against Roma?
By far.
And you know, that in itself, we know it's going to be difficult. I think both teams are very attack-minded. I think, you know, you look at the white players from Roma and the white players from ourselves. They like to have a go at the fullbacks. They like to go and make life difficult. So that in itself could lead to a very open game and a lot of work for our defensive players at the same time. So yeah, I think, you know, from both points of view, I think we're very similar in how we try and play, with slight differences. But yeah, I think certainly the forward players are going to be a big challenge for both defences, I hope.
Where's the weakness in Rangers, Fabrizio? Oh, can't believe I asked that.
No, I have huge respect for every opposition and every player. So their weakness can be our
your strength.
Yeah, so to speak. Yes.
Okay, you don't reveal it, but you have a plan, don't you? You know, we're 24 hours before the final now. Do you have a clear plan? You're the head coach. Do you have a clear plan of how to deal with them?
To be fair, I want to be clear on this. This is a development. This is not the first team. Is another step forward for their development. So we will look only about our performance. The things I always say to the players, we don't need to do more. We just need to do better what we do. So, and maybe to make less mistakes. So our approach will be exactly the same that it was against PSG the first game, against the Japanese, against all the games, and even the games that we played in the league. So our team don't change. My players don't change their approach, don't change their style. Again, it's about them, not about the opposition.
The thing is, winning's much better, isn't it? It feels much better to win. You know, if David wins tomorrow, he'll be like, "Hey, Fabrizio, come out for a steak. Let's go and have a dinner." And you'll be like, "Well, I'm a bit tired tonight. You know, we'll leave it there." Or, you know, if you win, you'll be like, "Hey, come and meet my friend Giuseppe down in Spaghetto. He's got a restaurant there. Fantastic." You know, that's how it is, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, it's all about player development, but here.